Welcome to WorldCraft Logistic TV. My name is Jimmy Tran, owner and CEO of WorldCraft Logistic. So today I would like to share with you the benefit of working with a 3PL versus storing your cargo at your home, getting your own little small storage facility, and then working with us, a 3PL company. So first thing first, there's nothing better than storing your cargo or your inventory at your home, right? If you'll be selling online for the first time, you're gonna do e-commerce for the first time, storing at your home is the best. Assuming that you have space in your home, or your husband, wife, or girlfriend allow you, or boyfriend allow you to set a space aside for your e-commerce business, right? Next, it's gonna be storing at a storage facility. If your home doesn't have the space for you and you decide to store a little storage facility, does that make sense for you, right? And then finally, going with a third-party logistic like us, where you could scale it, like you could go from 10 carton to a 20-foot container, 30-foot container, 5 40-foot container per month. That's the scaling side of working with a 3PL. So let's talk about, first thing first, costs, right? So your average home in California, I'm talking about California. So your average home in Southern California or Northern California, in the San Jose area or the Los Angeles area, is roughly about $350 per square foot. I'm talking about the time right now. I don't know what the price is going to be in the next few months. $350 per square foot, right? This is a lot of money for someone to just put out and invest into a home or to store inventory, right? Home is made to live, not to store inventory, right? So the cost, the return on investment is not there unless you have space to store it, right? Next, we have companies such as, like storage company, right? Like Cubework. So Cubework in California charge roughly about $2.25 per per square feet, right? So that's the market price right now. It could go up or down, but Southern California is about $2.25 per square foot. For a 3PL like us, when we go out and we rent space and we get ourselves like 100,000 square foot warehouse or 200,000 square foot warehouse, our warehouse is 114,000 square foot warehouse. So our rent with insurance and everything, we are roughly around $1.90 a square foot. So now I'm breaking you down the price. As you can see, there's a slide down of costs, right? So we start with storing cargo at your home. We start with, storing your cargo at a Cubework facility or a little small warehouse that's 3,000 square foot. But remember, Cubework, you can't stack your pallets. And then for a little small warehouse that you rent, it's only 18 feet clearance, so you can't stack it very well. And then for us, we could stack up to 4 pallets. So that's the breakdown. So all this talk, let's jump straight into comparing the numbers. So first thing first, let's compare pallets. And then finally, we're not gonna do like 20, 30 pallets. Let's just compare one pallet. So typically, right, your typical pallet is 40 by 48 by 72 inch, right? Which means that the base of the pallet is roughly 4 feet by 4 feet. 4 feet by 4 feet, you multiply that, you get about 16 square feet of space that its pallet's gonna pick up, right? That's your typical pallets. And then the walkway, the aisles that a pallet jack or a forklift need to go through to grab the pallet, because you can't place pallet next to each other. You pay pallet next to each other, then of course, right, the problem is that you can't walk. So you need like a 4 feet walkway in between. So the pallet might be 4 feet by 4 feet, but it also needs 4 feet by 4 feet for the walkway. So the walkway for a pallet or forklift next to it is 4 by 4 feet, which equivalent to 16 square feet of space that it need for the pallet jack or forklift to go through. So what you have is you have 32 square feet of space that every time you need to store a pallet, this is the kind of space you need to run a warehouse, right? To run your warehouse, to run your warehouse at home, or for us to run a warehouse, okay? So earlier, I point out that companies such as Cubework or company that you rent your space outside, which might cost like $1.85 or $1.64, and then after insurance and everything, is roughly about $2. So right now, let's just say Cubework, for example, they charge $2.25, right? So 32 square feet of pallet space is what you need to operate, multiplied by $2.25 right here. It's gonna be $72 per month. So that's how much you are paying. You're paying $72 per month on a pallet, right? And let's just say if you decide to work there because, you know, cargo to come in, cargo to leave, or you need to hire someone, assuming that you're paying someone $20 an hour, assuming that you are the CEO and you pay yourself $20 an hour. So what we have is we have $8 multiplied by $20 an hour is $160 per day. Assuming there's no worker comps, employee insurance, and none of that, right? Those fees actually add up quite a bit to like $200 per day, right? And then, so that is your cost. So this is right here is your cost to do your own, store your own pallet in your own facility, right? So let's jump to the number of the 3PL. So the 3PL, what we charge here is we charge an estimate of $1 per day per pallet, right? So which mean that the cost of to store the pallet here at our warehouse to our client is $30 per month. So $30 per month versus $32 per month. So already we are saving the client roughly about 60% in saving, right? And let's just say for that day, you have a like 4 pallets going in or 4 pallets going out, right? So we also charge $12 for pallet going in, and then $12 for pallet going out. That's equivalent to roughly only like less than $100. So I'm assuming this is a very somewhat active client, right? So you're spending $100 per day on labor, right? Versus spending like $160 per day hiring someone there or hiring yourself to be there 8 hours per day. So that's the benefit of having or working with a 3PL. So we are just seeing only like $100 saving just on one pallet. So what happened if you have things such as 10 pallets, right? So 10 pallets, right? If you have 10 pallets and you are saving $42 x $42, right? That's equivalent to $400 a month saving in just pallets, in just storing 10 pallets alone. As you can see, this is the reason why using a 3PL, there's so much more benefit. And I'm not just talking about just the pallet storage alone. If you are saving $100 per employee per day, right? That's 20 working days. You are also saving $2,000 per month. So $2,000 per month plus, you know, the warehouse fee of renting that warehouse space. Just storing 10 pallets, if you were to do it yourself versus using a 3PL, the difference is that you are saving roughly about $2,500 a month. So I hope this comparison I hope the comparison with the numbers right in front of you makes sense in terms of why you should do it yourself versus, you know, using a 3PL. Of course, you know, it always go back, doing it from your own home, doing it from your own storage facility is always cheaper. in terms of because you are using your own labor, but a lot of people don't realize that the labor that they put in as a CEO or the owner of the company, you are putting in your worth, right? What is your worth as an owner? Like, are you $20 an hour, or are you $40 an hour, or are you $50 an hour? I would think most CEO, they are worth north of $100 an hour, $300 an hour, right? So a lot of people say, oh, you know, I'm saving so much money doing it by myself in my own home or in my own storage facility. Of course, you are saving so much money because you are using your own labor to do it. But there's another problem too. You can't scale your business. So like, for example, during the peak season, when you have to bring in a container, 4 container worth of product, your garage is not gonna handle that. Average garage take about maybe 5 pallets, and then, you know, that's it. Or if you're lucky, more than that, but no more than 5 pallets, right? And then if you're going to do your own storage facility, you can't instantly get a bigger storage facility, right? You need to, like, hopefully there's an open space next to you or in that storage facility, right? Working with us, we allow you to scale, right? If you want to go from 1 pallet and you want to scale all the way to 5 container in the next 2 months, just let us know. We'll let you scale. And the reason why we're able to do that, because we have narrow aisles, right? Our aisles narrow. We're not using a typical 10 feet wide aisles. And this is, you know, we have a lot of racking to support you and to help grow your business. So if you have any question or you plan to use a 3PL here near the Port of Long Beach, or do transload or store your cargo for Amazon FBA, please let us know. We'd be happy to support you. And I could say that our storage price is roughly 50 to 82% cheaper than Amazon. So which means that everything else, because of how our warehouse is built, our price is cheaper than the market with great service. Thank you very much for watching WorldCraft Logistics TV, and feel free to contact me with the information below.